Coming up on this hour of Ayman, substance versus psychopathy. In a week of consequential swing state debates, Democrats brought solutions. Republicans, on the other hand, fake police badges. Plus, Trump's legal problems go well beyond January the 6th. New details on DOJ's latest moves and what's happening with the New York Attorney General's investigation. And cultural correction, an American museum returns African bronzes stolen during the 19th century. My conversation with one of the women who led the efforts to get those statues home. I'm Ayman Mohyeldin. Let's get started. All hands on deck. That is the call Democrats are sending out just 3 weeks until the midterms. And new today, President Obama is answering that call, announcing plans to campaign for Democrats in 3 key battleground states at the end of the month: Georgia, Michigan, and Wisconsin. All 3 have critical races up and down the ballot, and all 3, coincidentally, had some of the most consequential debates of the election cycle this week, including last night's Senate debate in Georgia between Herschel Walker and incumbent Raphael Warnock. Yes, it was weird, to say the least, and it also reinforced a theme we have noticed throughout the 2022 cycle. Democrats are bringing ideas, and Republicans, they're bringing nonsense, either a total lack of policies or strikingly incoherent and just flat-out stupid policies, like when the scandal-prone Herschel Walker made this argument to Georgians who are worried about the costs of insulin.
I believe in reducing insulin, but at the same time, you got to eat right, because he may not know, and I know many people that's on insulin, and unless you have eating right, insulin is doing you no good.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. Does Herschel Walker know that there is a type of diabetes that is not linked to eating habits? Anyway, look, the bar was so low for him last night that just showing up and speaking, however incoherently, was actually seen as a win by Republicans. Yeah, they actually thought he did amazing. That's no surprise at this point. As we said last week, most Republicans are ready to support Herschel Walker no matter how much he messes up. But the most memorable moment of the night for Walker wasn't a conversation about policies, no. It wasn't even about touching a story about his public service. It was a stunt. It was this move, pulling out a novelty police badge. A response to Senator Warnock rightly pointing out that Herschel Walker misrepresented himself as a law enforcement officer on multiple times over multiple years. And instead of addressing those claims with any substance, he chose to look like a 16-year-old using a fake ID to try and buy wine coolers. In debates across the country this week, from Georgia to Ohio and Michigan to Wisconsin, Democrats came prepared to talk policy, and they talked about what they'd done for the American people under this administration and what they hope to do in the future. Things like protect abortion access, strengthen gun restrictions, lower health care costs. Meanwhile, Republicans engaged in bad performance art.
J.D. Vance raised money for the legal defense fund of the insurrectionists. This is the kind of extremism, J.D., that we wholly reject. Can you imagine one guy saying out of one side of his mouth he's pro-cop, and out of the other side of his mouth he's raising money for the insurrectionists who were beating up the Capitol Police? The one guy he tried to raise money for got 4 years in prison.
The same month as the Oxford school shooting, where 4 children were murdered, 8 were injured, and the community was terrorized, Tudor Dixon posted on her social media a picture of her shooting a gun with the caption that said, "Gun control means using both hands. She is too dangerous and too out of touch to be trusted with protecting our kids. She'll put the Second Amendment before second graders every time. We cannot let that happen."
What do you find admirable about your opponent?
Well, no, seriously. I do think, the senator has proven to be a family man, and I think that's admirable.
Likewise, I appreciate the fact that Lieutenant Governor Barnes had loving parents, a school teacher, father worked third shift, so he had good upbringing. I guess what puzzles me about that is, with that upbringing, why is he turned against America? I mean, why does he find the founding of America awful? It's
somehow
it puzzles me.
We did not.
We said something admirable.
What a disgraceful stunt from Republican Ron Johnson. But you know what? You got to give him credit because at least he showed up. Marco Rubio has refused to debate Val Demings in the Florida Senate race. And Adam Laxalt is too afraid to debate Nevada Senator Catherine Cortez Masto. A fundamental part of the small d democratic process that we have in this country is actually hearing political candidates debate these issues before voters cast their ballots. Republicans running scared from that are doing a disservice to their constituents. But the Republicans who showed up to the debate, honestly, they're not much better. Voters didn't hear them discuss the issues. They just watched a bunch of smoke and mirrors and cheap GOP tricks in a pathetic attempt to distract from their lack of substance and soul.